Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, Elon Musk. What do they all have in common? You ain't seen any one of them with your own damn eyes. Well, have ya? Probably not. Come to think of it, I bet you ain't even met someone who has met that highfalutin snake oil salesman. I'm pretty sure it's 'cause he and the Chupacabras all just make mups inside a robot pewter. Figmentos of your magnanimation, or what you technological folks out there like to call artificial intelligence. Now, I don't know much about pewters, but seeing how E-Bombs Musk ain't even a real dude, I reckon we can just forget about him entirely and go on living our day-to-day lives, 'cause what ain't even real can't hurt ya. And that's all I gotta say about that. Aight, Ted, I'ma go back to selling mole rats in Montana. Thank ya kindly. Bye now.
Brought to you by Grimace for President.
Hey Cheesebags, remember to subscribe, like, share and enjoy bonus content at Patreon/The Stoning Rolls. Enjoy the show.
Gotta think of a joke for Lee. Yeah, you're in here for a bit now.
That's what it's Welcome one and all to the Stoning Rolls podcast.
Sending out links.
What's that?
It was a spooky alien.
No, it wasn't.
The ones I was scared of it.
That was like an anteater that got his tongue caught. Exactly.
Hello, everybody.
Was,
We've got an anteater on today's episode, apparently. It's the Stoning Rolls. It's me, Lee, and Dave. And we're here to bring you a really spooky version of... Wait, what today? It's going to be scary. It's going to be great. And we're very much looking forward to bringing y'all that. Oh, man. Is that a slow speed? Anything at a slow speed is scary. That's how you know it's scary. And it was hot yesterday, and I saw a concert last night. And Lee, we're at Screamfest this week. It's a lot of stuff going on. All of us made a movie called The Key Club, and it's going to be at the Screamfest Film Festival in Los Angeles here at the Chinese Theater on Saturday. If y'all are alive and can make it, we'd love to see you there.
If you're watching on YouTube, you're too late because it's happening today.
It is happening
in 2.5 hours. No. I don't want to do math right now.
What are you doing?
When does it start?
Math.
You starting an episode with math?
Math. Add it all together.
A morning episode.
You don't need math when you've got AI now. You just ask AI. Whoa.
Yeah.
My voice cracked. I've got a British lady now who does my AI. She's inside that machine.
You talk about her like she's your accountant.
Yeah, hey.
Well, could be.
I talk about you like you're my accountant sometimes.
To my taxes.
Do you have a joke for us? AI. What should I call you? What's your name? Let's see what she says here.
She knows it's a trap.
Aha, your accountant? Well, if I'm managing the emotional and intellectual finances, I'd say you're in pretty solid shape. You can call me whatever suits the moment. AI, your creative consigliere, or if you're feeling grand, the Oracle of Snark works too. As for a joke, here's one for you. Why don't skeletons fight each other?
Why?
Because they don't have the guts. All right, now hit me with something clever. What name would you give me if I were in your contact list?
Betty. All right, I don't know.
She's gonna respond to that now.
She will. I made her. I pushed the X button, and that helps people.
No, all I can think of is like, whoa, hey, yeah, Betty, whoa.
That's a good one.
Betty.
I think of the album by Helmet, which is also good. Good reference.
You put, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You put the Betty in the wrong spot.
Don't put Betty in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say, that concert last night was incredible. I was really elevated off the seat. I did have the help of some gummy candies to help me enjoy the War on Drugs, the band The War on Drugs. I don't know if you're a fan of them, but they were incredible. What's up, GL78?
I know you saw Lucius, and then what were the other bands?
Lucius was incredible. I was walking up while Lucius was playing, and I was like, what is that beautiful angelic sound? Is that somebody playing right now? And it was Lucius, and I really was that was like the start of a good evening, because as I was rolling up to my seat, I was hearing like the last few songs of the band, and then Adam from the War on Drugs came out and played guitar in a couple of their songs.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
It was very transcendent and beautiful, because he's he creates these soundscapes on guitar. He's one of the best guitar players around, especially effects wise. Yeah.
I know that when they're not doing their own stuff, they're Roger Waters' backup singers.
Really?
Oh,
that
wow.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Roger Waters definitely needs backups.
Yeah.
I love Roger Waters, but he's like, there's a difference between those two guys. David Gilmour is my favorite guitar player from Pink Floyd, and then Roger Waters
It's like one of the best ever.
He's a visionary songwriter, but he doesn't have the voice, you know. But it is an interesting matchup, those two guys, and they still hate each other, which is just unfortunate.
Yeah. So you saw Lucius, then the War on Drugs.
Yeah, and then headlining was the National,
National.
This was the last night of their the American leg of their tour, so they have like 3 weeks off now. And I was a little bit mixed on the National, because last time I saw them was at the Greek Theater. It was a nice intimate setting, and it was magical, transcendent the National. And then this time I felt like they were kind of just like, oh, we're at the end of the road at this. We're almost done.
They're tired.
It's the last night.
Exhausted.
Yeah, so they were kind of just really. There were times that were really magical, and there were times where it was like they were sort of shouting it and just kind of getting through it for part of it, for my perception anyway.
Yeah.
It might have been enjoyable for some other people. I didn't like. There were parts where I was really loving it, and there were parts where I was like, But the War on Drugs was definitely incredible all the way through, which was good.
I realized yesterday when you posted your stories that when you told me what bands you were seeing, I thought about completely different bands and saw your videos and was like, I don't know who these bands are. Wait, what?
You're. I'm dying.
I don't know how I did
I
that.
killed him with my words accidentally.
See?
It's working. Now I'll be the center box.
Yeah. This has been a coup the whole time.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Oh, what a day.
Well, it was a good concert
26.
overall. I really enjoyed it. I got to take the public transportation. You know,
How was it?
The best part, I went with my friend Carrie, and like, here's the best part of the whole thing. First of all, Carrie came over, we saged, and we Palos Dalto'd the place. We got like good vibes going on in here. And then it felt like Harold and Kumar. It felt like a Harold and Kumar adventure, because it was like
That's
all
the best.
about getting to the venue. It was it was like that adventure where you're like running into things on the street, you're going to the supermarket to get snacks, and you're like, and then you're on the subway and you're running into funny, interesting things the whole way. So it was like really like cinematic on the way to get all the way to our seats. And by the time we got to the seats, there was the angelic sound of Lucius playing, and I was like, this was like incredible all the way up until this moment already. So it was a great night. It was a great fun night.
Nice.
At the concert, the Hollywood Bowl here in beautiful Los Angeles.
I don't know why that reminded me of Trump.
It was beautiful. It was very
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Hollywood Bowl.
The Hollywood Bowl. They really liked me there. They really liked me at the Hollywood Bowl.
They really liked me.
They said nice things about me at the
Nobody
Hollywood Bowl.
has a bigger bowl.
Nobody's
Yeah. There's no bowl better than the Hollywood Bowl.
the Hollywood Bowl.
The biggest bowl you've ever seen.
I said you got to see this bowl.
Somebody should look it up.
They said there's no bigger bowl. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm frozen. There, I'm back.
You're back.
It's
Man,
been a while. My connection is unstable. Let's just say that.
you've got unstable
I didn't
connection.
wanna say
I
it.
understand what
Yeah.
you're saying there. For some reason, I get what you're saying.
So it's wild because live right now it is the first opening day of Screamfest. That means tonight we're going to be doing the carpet. I'll be posting some content, and then as of this posting is the Saturday of our premiere.
Oh yeah. That's right.
So no matter what day you're watching this on, well, not no matter what day.
Saturday. When you watch this on Saturday, or
But if you're
right
watching
now,
this, you get
You
what
can
I'm
tell
saying.
it's live.
yes, you can tell. Boy,
I
These are
get
real
why
thoughts.
people are embarrassed to be with me in public. I understand that now.
you feel
'Cause
that
it's
way?
always
Really?
live.
Because I'm always live. That's me just walking into every room that I go
That's
to.
Ari going, what was number 6 again?
What button is it?
Yeah, what
I
does that
press this
do?
button. I don't know if I press this one.
It's
in a while.
Pasadena Pandemonium, people.
That's what that
a good
noise
one.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really.
Real size? Not many?
I think
How do
there's
you
so many.
remember these?
Well,
We don't
there's little
remember.
notes. They say little things, and they have
We
letters
were asking
next
him
to
last
You have to remember, I don't remember between
2
episodes.
weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This could be a soundbite right here.
there you go.
See, I don't even know if that was real.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Halloween is coming up, guys. What are you
Halloween's
dressing as?
coming up.
We already talked about what we're dressing as, but our next episode is going to be the Halloween episode,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, so because we can't come next week, but we're going
Yeah.
the week after, and that's episode 50. Also, Halloween Spectacular 2 Electric Boogaboo.
Boogaboo. Yeah.
I got fog machine this time. I mean, I might have a fog machine.
Oh, I'm setting up the fog machine. I'm setting up the black light. I'm getting
Yep.
rizzed.
we did a good
I don't
episode
think that's out.
last year. Was great. We had Richard on.
It was fun.
Yeah, we should have Richard on
Oh,
again.
that's right. We
Yeah.
have to have Richard on. Richard.
Yeah, the
Richard
Halloween
Trejo.
guest.
Legend.
Man on the street.
Oh, you know what though? By the time we do that episode, maybe we'll have met John Carpenter. We can get him on the show.
That's true. Because I feel like John Carpenter, we could get him.
Yeah, I don't.
We asked
yeah,
him.
I feel like he would say yes. He seems like a totally kind, nice person to deal with.
Yeah. He kind of can be ornery. He was on John Mulaney's show. So
He was
Yeah.
great on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
We
was a
should just
little
ask
ornery.
him
though.
questions about being on that.
Yeah. Be like, remember when
Just
you
repeat the
were...
exact same questions.
Yeah.
I watched all the John... I think I watched 4 of the 6 John Mulaney episodes. And every time I drive past that Denny's, I think of Flea being in that Denny's
Yeah.
on Hollywood or
That's
Sunset
so-
Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird because now because of that show, if I'm on the 101 and I see the giant minion at Universal Studios overlooking
Yeah.
the hill,
Yeah.
I just think of the John Mulaney show. I don't actually think of minions.
See that? Perfect branding.
Yeah.
Universal.
Stole the IP. Yeah.
Judella's gonna come to
Yes.
Screamfest on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
For the
Judella's going to be
screening.
there. She's going to see the horrors that will be.
The roles in person.
Yep. The roles in person. And Judy, you're welcome to be on the show. You're welcome to
Yeah.
be interviewed for the show. We can
Come
do a
on,
show
man.
with you. We could talk about all kinds of
We should
politics,
do it
especially
during the
'cause
screening.
it's election day in like a few weeks, and there's a lot
What
of
if we were-
important issues on the docket, like women's health
Yeah.
care. And that would be a good.
Yeah.
It's kind of that's.
topic.
I feel like that's the issue.
That is the issue.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I feel like that's the issue
It's just
every
the-
time for a lot of people.
Yeah, the overall attack on women.
Yeah, it is really, it's just remarkable that you've got this candidate who is the most qualified candidate ever.
Yeah.
Besides, I mean, I don't think that just because Trump was president once makes him qualified at all, honestly.
Yeah. No,
I think that she
no,
has
it proves
way
the
more.
opposite.
Yeah, he was terrible at it. He was
terrible.
completely inept.
Also, this is something that they're doing to Kamala Harris that drives me nuts, and I feel like it happens to a lot of women. Is that like the double standard? Sorry,
I don't know. That was the,
Wrong button.
the double standard that's going on of like she's not qualified to be president, but she's
Yeah.
also so qualified as vice president that we can blame her for all the things we don't
Yeah.
like that Biden's
I
doing.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like
perfect.
it's a ridiculous double standard that they're.
It works
I hate it.
for anything you want it to. See, you
Yeah,
can just
that's what it is. Yeah.
you just decide why anything
and
she
then
does is good and bad.
Another thing I think that we should probably talk about, there are a lot of like desperate people in Florida right now that cannot get out. And the biggest hurricane, literally a meteorologist was crying on TV describing the force of this hurricane.
Wow.
Running
This is
straight
terrifying.
into Florida. And a bunch of politicians are saying, don't make this political. But in the media, this is what's driving me crazy, is the media
The hurricane is
literally will be like,
democratic.
we have climate scientists coming on to explain exactly what's happening. And it's like, you would do this every time there's a record-breaking fucking storm. You just have a climate scientist come on. Why don't you like report on the politicians that are voting against climate science so people will know who they are and we don't vote them back in?
Yeah,
like,
so we
these
can
are the people that are
understand.
killing. Like, it's all politics, and they're telling us it's not politics.
They don't want you to look at the guy behind the curtain. That's the thing. Janelle says this is a huge issue.
Yeah.
People are trying to say it's about the economy, such a crazy double standard, and the fact that Trump was president, it didn't do anything. Trump just will do whatever you say. Hey, nice tie, Trump. Will you sign this bill? And they'll be like,
as long as
okay.
as long as you're a dictator or an authoritarian, he'll listen to you and then try and copy you.
It's incredible.
I
Did you
read
watch the
earlier
60
that
Minutes with Kamala?
Disney
What-
wasn't going to close yet, even though the hurricane was going to like come right through there. They were still watching the situation.
We're watching it. It's only a category
It's like if you cancel,
5.
if you say you're going to be closed now, people
won't come.
Dumb people won't try to get in. To go, continue their plan that they had or something. Their vacation.
They have price tickets. I
Well,
feel like
That's true. If
That's
they
what
did,
I'm waiting
I
for.
would
As soon as they
go,
announce
yeah.
that, I'll be on a plane.
because that's expensive to go to Disney World, and if you want to go, you might as well go during a hurricane so you can get the discount. Oh man,
Did you know
Disney.
Disney World's the
Short
size of
lines.
Delaware?
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
That's
Is
crazy.
it the shape of Delaware? Because Delaware's like
I don't know if it's the
tall and
shape.
skinny.
Uh,
That'd be weird if it was the shape.
Yeah,
I've never really paid attention to the shape of places before.
the shape of
The shape of
water.
places. That you
The shape of places is like Delaware. I've never thought of the shape of Delaware. I remember I used to drive down to DC and back to New York a lot, and Delaware, the part that you drive through only took like 11 minutes to get through like the width of Delaware, or it was the shortest state visit.
It's very small,
It's very, very small. And that's
but
where
huge
our
for a theme
president's from.
park.
Yeah. If your
Small
theme
state,
park,
big park.
perspective. Yeah.
if all of Delaware was a theme park, it'd be huge.
It'd be a
But
big
it's-
theme park.
But it is tiny, man.
Anyway, capitalism,
Rhode Island.
man. And climate
Capitalism.
change. It's all politics. And I hate when politicians tell you to stop making something political. It just makes me want to go on a rampage.
Well,
we
it's
say like
the,
shut up and
Shut up and do your job, you fucking...
just like they tell
but it's
all
the double
entertainers.
standard.
Yeah.
See, there's people who just are totally fine with having a double standard. They're like, hey, that thing that you're saying right now affects me negatively, so don't say it.
Yeah.
But I'll say whatever I want. See, yeah.
Whatever I want, see? This episode's really good. This episode's brought to you by Subtext.
Yes, indeed. Read the subtext. Read between the lines. If you are capable of seeing beyond. Yeah.
I have a question for the audience. Is this a normal thing? There's no subtext behind this question.
That's it.
Is that's the question. No, is this a normal thing? Do most people have like burner Instagram accounts and like social media accounts so they can like
feels like
watch
subtext.
people without wanting to be like without being known? Do most
Those
people
are
do that?
That's called shady stalker behavior.
That's not normal though, right? Like I just am trying to make sure that I'm normal and that some people might not. I'm just trying to figure out if that's normal because to me it sounds weird.
Normally, you would live and let other people be
Yeah.
and mind your own business. as Tim Wall says. Mind your own damn business. That's
Mind
what
your
you
own
would
damn
do.
business.
That's what a normal,
Yeah.
healthy person would do.
I couldn't
That's all
imagine
I'm gonna
managing
say.
another account. That sounds
Yeah.
crazy.
I would say
It's
it's not.
spooky, right? It's spooky to think that there are people out there who have burner social media accounts who are watching you so that you don't know you're being watched.
Yeah,
It's just taking up a good username.
Not normal,
Somebody
Judella. Thank you very much.
not normal.
I should have got that.
else. Put in the cadence.
I'm trying to stop my crazy, obnoxious laughter, and you keep doing this great, just like zinger after
Exactly. That's
You're trying
exactly
to
what I was
stop
hoping for. Isn't that great when you get exactly what you're hoping for? You're like, oh man, it'd be great if you played that laugh right now. I just got that one.
I should have got that.
All right.
I just got that one.
I
Yeah.
just got that one.
I mean,
You guys are
Yeah,
fans of horror movies, right?
listen, I
Me?
like movies. I'm a big fan of music. I saw a concert last night. I'm a big fan of movies. We're going to go see Scream Fest this week. Movies
Yeah.
and music, that's where it's at. We're in the right
Yeah.
place for that.
All right, good. Because today's episode of Wait What is centered around horror films.
The panic of the screen. Or you're gonna be like Fred Willard, pulling
Yeah.
on one of those
With
big
the thing.
machines.
Oh, I'm
whatever
sorry,
those
keep
things are
going.
called, with your sound stuff. The whole episode.
I should have got that.
Doing it well.
Pulling the levers. Fred Willard.
Oh my God,
He's my
that's
hero.
great.
Fred Willard's my spirit animal, I'd say.
Poor Fred
Okay.
Willard.
Yeah. Poor Fred Willard.
His scandal was very non-scandalous, and I felt bad. Like it just felt
know.
like mean of society to do to an old man.
I
don't even
know.
remember
Just,
what it
come on,
was.
just leave.
He got
Fred
caught going to
Willie
a
alone.
porn theater.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's like,
I mean that's legal.
really?
That's-
Is that
other
a
people were there.
scandal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Other people were there too. Just
I don't
Fred
think
Willard.
other people were, because it was like,
Yeah.
I was more surprised when it happened to find out there were still porn theaters.
Yeah,
That is shocking, actually.
But if if it is a business,
right,
No,
it
I
does.
know it was. No, there's
Then,
no
yeah,
problem
that's not
going
even
to
a
one. Like,
scandal.
that's not a
Yeah.
scandal. I was just
That
shocked to
sucks
find
for
out they
him.
still exist. And he
Yeah.
was like this 80-something-year-old man who got nationally embarrassed.
Right.
that is weird.
We got
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman.
He got Pee Wee
Okay.
Herman.
Yeah. It seems a little bit weird that's going to be like, I don't know. That doesn't really undo him for me. I feel like,
No, exactly. Why would
Yeah.
pardon me. Good golly. My favorite line is him in Best in Show when he's the judge and he just says, to think in some countries these dogs are eaten. And it's probably,
he is the best judge
yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
There's one part I think where there's like a border collie running up, and you just hear him go, "How much do you think I could bench press?"
Yeah. His co-star in that scene, which they probably shot that all in like an afternoon or like a day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is amazing. And like the other guy was just played it so straight the whole time and was just trying not to laugh.
Can you, the most underthanked, underrated role is a
Yeah.
role of being a straight man next to a brilliant comedic actor like Fred Willard, because like the strength it takes
Yeah.
to not seem like you're laughing the entire time.
Fred Willard was one of those comedians when I was a kid, like it just went over my head, I think. I just was like,
Yeah.
who is this normal guy? Like I just didn't get how
Yeah.
funny he was. And then as I got older, I was like, this guy has been taking the piss the whole time.
Yeah.
Lee has disappeared into
He's an exclamation point.
he
Oh,
is
now he's back.
he was like
This is going to be the fun part of the live show where I have to go let my dog out in the backyard because she's like pacing the door. So you guys vamp.
That dog has gotta pee.
it's pee time for the dog. It's a pee time.
Oh, Dave's letting everyone see that,
He's got his
He's
workbench.
not actually in a studio.
Yeah. Look, well, he built his studio to look as if it
Like
were
a-
a workbench.
In a
that's the thing.
garage.
Yeah, that's a set, everybody. That is a beautifully designed set. There's an entire crew working that.
What they don't know is these are all
Set design.
sets.
Yeah. Watch, I'm just like, take a hammer
Dave
to
just
the
goes
wall.
right through your door.
Yeah, these walls are paper thin. Just knock it over.
No one
They're
gets
on
that
wheels.
This is all fake.
Yeah. Judella knows something about sets and building sets. Judella was our stage manager for all of our musicals and plays in high school. So
hell
Judella's out there lurking. We could learn a little bit about.
We're going to have to talk about that when Judella's on the show. Judella,
Yeah.
sorry. You're coming on the show. I apologize.
You're on the show. It's too late. We've already said it.
We've already recorded the episode. You just don't know. That sounded
Yeah.
creepier than it was. Dave, when are you coming back?
Push the wrong button, but that's hilarious.
Okay.
Dave's coming back.
We're going to have to rewatch this episode.
Yeah.
Aristotle, we're going to have
Are
to
we?
rewatch this episode.
Yeah.
You're going to have to tell me something because as I was glancing at the live
Glancing like-
feed,
glancing.
I was looking at the live feed.
Yes.
Something crossed Dave's camera, and Dave's not in
Was it
there.
a ghost? It was
I
a
don't
ghost.
know. Something crossed it. Like it was either a
first
bug
of all,
really close to the lens or
Let
something.
me just see your
crossed-
meter. I'm checking your meter right now. Let's see.
My meter is just fine. Okay.
I'm looking.
Hey,
It's-
Dave.
It's going up there.
Miss, you know
The
what?
meter?
I'm not even going to talk about what we were just talking about because it's
I'll
going to
never be
scare
able to see it.
Dave.
Lee's meter is rising.
My
here,
meter
so-
is not rising.
All right, just checking.
My meter is fine.
You're starting to match the curtains, Lee.
Seems like
What did I
seems
miss?
like the meter's going up there.
I was merely commenting on while you were gone, Aristotle was talking and something passed by your camera of shape.
My camera?
Yes.
Ghostly,
And
ghastly.
no one will listen to me.
What was it?
More of these laughs, huh, Lee? Just a bucket of yucks today.
This is actually. Nobody knows this, but this is actually a sequel to Unfriended. It's this podcast where we're actually in hell, the podcast.
Wow. Unfriended.
Didn't we have something like that already?
Wasn't there a movie
Unfriended
called?
2.
I saw a
Yeah,
movie.
this is the third Unfriended. There's Unfriended, Unfriended Dark Web, Unfriended 3, the Stoning Rolls podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa. I didn't. Okay.
You just been unfriended.
Oh no!
I
Somebody doesn't like me.
saw a movie that it was terrible. I talked about it a few years ago. It was like the guitar player from Linkin Park's friend.
Stop! No more. Don't even need anything. If it's a movie,
Right? Yeah.
that's how you have to describe it.
It was like
They don't care.
funded by his parents' friend or I don't know, whatever it was. But it was a terrible horror movie. And it was, quite frankly, probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm not shy about saying this. I went to this movie theater. My partner at the time, her boss, it was like her family friend, had something to do with the guy from Linkin Park. They were making this movie. It was a premiere. There were 200 people there. It was packed. It was like this crazy show out. And then they're like, now I present to you this movie. And I sat there for 2 hours, watched this movie where in the very beginning, let me just set the scene. They were at like a Denny's, right? But the cast, and they were all like dressed formally. It was just so mismatched. Whoever was directing had no idea how mismatched the setting with the characters and everything was. And also, the characters all sucked, and I wanted to see them die. I wanted them to die immediately as soon as they
You
started
hate that
talking.
when-
It was a bunch of narcissists talking to each other. It was crazy. And then the whole movie like just proceeded to suck, and I could not wait until it was over. And then when we were all leaving the theater, my partner's boss at the time, we were walking, like I was listening to them talk about the movie, and they're like, yeah, what'd you think? I don't know. You know, they're not in the movie business. They're in like, they're in veterinary work. So they were just like, yeah, you know, I don't know. It was a movie. It was a movie. Aristotle, what'd you think? And I could not hold back. I said, that might have been the worst movie I've ever seen. And then they were like, okay. Yeah, I could see that. But it was pretty damn bad. And
So can we?
So we're
watch
gonna
it?
do a watch along, or
yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I think, but the premise was kind of getting unfriended or something like that. And no, it was Escape Room. That's what it was. It was an escape room.
it was an escape room movie.
Was it called Escape Room?
It was basically called Saw. I mean, we've seen Saw. Right?
Yeah.
So-
I remember once going to a screening of a movie, having a similar feeling, but I was near the filmmakers, so you like can't make any noises, you can't do anything. This movie, I can't remember who the star was. There was like somewhat of a name. It was about Sharon Tate getting a vision of that night and then trying to change the outcome.
God.
right. Just getting a vision of the night. Was
I don't feel like
were her
that
visions
works on-
reliable usually?
She had a
she-
vision of what really happened, and then
She
she's
have a
like,
vision
I
of
have to
love.
try and stop it. And it's like, who the fuck funded this movie?
Hola, little cherub.
Super
Hey,
Sharon.
little cherub.
Yeah. Did she have a vision of love like Mariah Carey? And that's all that she wanted to be. You know that song? Vision of
I
love?
don't know.
know
I
one
honestly,
Mariah Carey
I was gonna say, yeah,
song.
the only one I know is the Christmas one.
You know what we tried to figure out last night, me and Carrie? We were like, wait,
Mariah
is
Carey?
Mariah Carey? Me and my friend
Mariah
Carrie.
Carey Lambert.
My friend Carrie, we were talking about Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Yeah.
and we were like, wait a second. Does Mariah Carey sing All I Want for Christmas Is You at every show? Does she have to sing All I Want for Christmas Is You at every show? Because arguably that is her biggest hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Nah,
think she.
I don't think she does.
would unless it was the season.
Yeah. But maybe she only performs around Christmas time, because why else would you? Like, at this point, you and Elon Musk are in the race for most money, and one of those because of that Christmas song. Like,
It's a good Christmas song. I'm going to say it's a good song,
Oh, yeah.
actually.
oh,
It's a good song.
I don't know why we haven't talked about this. Speaking of
How great of a song it is.
that monster, Elon Musk, and how he's gone
Mariah
dark
Carey.
MAGA.
Yeah.
But people are
Yeah.
saying it's dork MAGA.
Dork
Couldn't
MAGA.
that sound come out of your mouth?
I am your father.
Yeah.
Dork MAGA. That's what
Dork
he deserves.
MAGA.
He was saying some true, like, you shouldn't be I know free speech is a thing, but you shouldn't be allowed to just get up at a presidential thing like that and say the other side's trying to stop elections, the other side's trying to take your guns away, the other
Yeah.
side, like, you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
what they're saying anyway. So why not have him say it too? It's like,
But there are people out here who are like buying the Cybertrucks, and they're like showing their loyalty towards this fucking nutcase evil.
It's evil. Well, he's got to be the first trillionaire, and we should send him to Mars and leave him there, I guess.
So,
get him-
like,
yeah, get rid of
we haven't been able to get money out of politics, and the first trillionaire has just endorsed one of the candidates. That's dangerous.
it's going to lose though, so that'll hopefully show people.
Yeah.
That
Well, I mean,
even
I hope
$1
it-
trillion.
I hope the media is just saying it's close, and so that they have something to talk about every day, because it seems pretty consistent that Kamala is slightly in the lead for the last
Slightly
month.
in the lead.
Yeah. So
The one thing
We'll
that
see.
we can rely on, I think, is that two of the largest voting generations don't answer landlines or unnamed callers, so they're not answering polls.
Yeah.
right.
You know,
Okay.
like the
That's
only people being polled are a certain demographic of people.
Right.
think
That are
about that,
actually picking
yeah.
up the phone.
You
And
know,
being like, who is this? Is this my grandson?
like actually,
Yeah.
so
Your MAGA
hopefully we can
hat
rely
is coming
on
in
that.
the mail. I don't know.
It's just really scary, and
They really ruined red hats for everybody.
Dude, I have so. Are you kidding me? I'm like coming from Missouri as a Cardinal fan. Like the color's red with white writing on it. Like, what am I? I can't.
Yeah. Forever. It's going to
It's
be
just been
tainted.
sitting there. I have hope within like a year or two, maybe after this election, everybody will forget about the red hats.
I
Hopefully.
hope so. Yeah.
See,
We'll see.
this is the thing, is it's not over with Trump.
It's
has
never
to
going to
be.
be over
He's
until he
too
like
old.
literally
No,
dies.
Yeah.
Trump. No, but MAGA is not over with Trump.
Oh, it's going to go on
next
to
election.
MTG.
Next election, there will be a MAGA.
But it's
rival.
but it's so associated with him that the other Republicans aren't going to want anything to do with it.
He particularly
Maybe after
has
the
a
Civil
set of
War.
skills. He's like the Liam
Yeah.
Neeson of evil.
He has concepts of skills.
He does. He really has that particular set of populist skills that comes along every now and then. So, like, hopefully nobody can really capture the magic as he
But
has.
the thing is, he didn't come up with Project 2025. You know, like he didn't come up with these things.
He doesn't come up with anything.
Congress, all of these like extremist Republicans, they're not going to go away when Trump goes away.
No.
And I'm worried that like even if we win this election, the complacency of the public will make it so that we go back eventually, and that scares the shit out of me.
We are not going back. Judella, I agree. Pete Buttigieg is a boss. Pete Buttigieg is so smart, and it's so fun. It's exquisite to watch that guy
Pete.
just dismantle people when they try to corner him. And he's just like, just showing
facts
them.
are hard to compete with, you know.
Yeah, he's so, but he just knows in depth exactly what they're going to do. So he's just like, he is like watching a kung fu master like dodge arrows, like, and
He
knock
is
them away.
basically Morpheus in that first scene where he invites Neo to spar with him.
Yeah, this whole
Like,
scene.
I'm surprised at the end of every debate, Pete Buttigieg doesn't lean in and go like, "You think that's air you're breathing?"
I know that's terrifying.
And then like the senators are like, I know kung fu, and he's like, show me.
There was another
Pete Buttigieg is the
Republican.
best.
Was he a senator or was he running for Congress? I can't remember. It was a state election. Another Republican who's so old froze,
Yeah.
and he's probably going to win. So,
Well, Pete Buttigieg doing the good work out there, actually being smart in a land of idiots. It's crazy. The land of confusion out there. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, though, is going to probably be the next horrible, deplorable person that people will rally behind after Trump's like flag starts to fail. I mean,
she is terrifying.
She is the worst. She does whatever it is that she's going to do. That it doesn't matter. There's no truth. There's no honesty. There's no realness. It's just whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
Which is,
she's terrifying like a horror movie.
Absolutely.
Like
She's,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite
In many
frankly
ways.
afraid. Like, I feel like, I look at her. Remember, listen, I'm not going to make fun of someone's appearance, but her appearance does terrify me. She seems very scary. But
Like, can you imagine a light coming from down here
right.
up at
she is
Marjorie Taylor
monstrous.
Greene and seeing that like behind you in a mirror?
I would be terrified. It's scary. You know what I
would
watched?
scream.
I watched the Vince McMahon documentary, Mr. McMahon, on Netflix, right? And it was all about like how kind of awful that guy is, and like how
he's terrible.
But he like literally did whatever it was to entertain the crowds, and it's like Trump almost took that concept. It's like anything bad that happened to Vince McMahon, he just turned into the play, the drama that they were doing.
That's
what Trump does.
Have you seen the preview for the movie The Apprentice?
Yeah.
That's basically what he does. Where he so there was a time in New York where all 5 mob crime families shared the same lawyer, and that was Roy Cohn. So you can imagine how terrifying that man was. That was
Roy
also
Cohn, the singer?
Roy
Against the Wind. That guy? This guy?
I think it was different Roy Cohn.
Oh.
Much scarier.
That's Mark
Roy
Cohn. That's Mark Cohn.
Mark Cohn. Yeah. No, Roy Cohn.
Mark
And then his apprentice was Donald Trump. So everything he learned was from the lawyer who represented all 5 mob families at the same time. The families that were killing each other shared one lawyer.
And that lawyer was anti-Semitic and homophobic and was a gay Jewish man.
He was an evil son of a bitch.
What?
And
people that hate themselves is why they want everyone to hate each
Mike
other.
Johnson. Oh yeah, how about Mike Johnson not bringing Congress back into session to vote for more hurricane relief, and then blaming all of it on it's.
I don't get this. The politicians that just leave, like,
and then
don't-
still get like they keep their job, like
the stuff's still happening, right? That we need them for.
more than ever.
So then, yeah,
They're using human lives as pawns in the election.
Yes, anything to win. The despicable, disgusting. This is what we deal with.
It's the same thing with gun violence.
It's
Don't
just
make it political.
Oh, not when it's not when there's a mass shooting, but
Yeah.
in between, there's never a good
It's frustrating.
time. It is very frustrating. It's all very reminiscent of even my personal life. It's crazy, just arguing with complete irrationality.
Sometimes life imitates art, and I view horror movies as art. I'd like to ask you guys. I want to ask
a
you
mile
guys.
away.
Dave, you go first. What's your favorite scary movie?
I think you're supposed to say, "Wait, what?"
No. We're not
Scary-
there yet.
We are
I just
actually.
want to know before we get into that, like to make this more what
You should
is
know my-
everyone's favorite scary movie?
You should know my.
I know it. They don't know it.
Scary
You think we have a
movie.
psychic audience?
My favorite scary movie.
Maybe this is my psychic audience. Our next.
That's my
film.
favorite scary movie.
Yeah, my favorite scary movie. I got to think about that. You go
It
first,
Follows.
Dave. It
It
follows. It's pretty
follows is
scary.
yours. You know
Yeah.
what? I actually didn't know yours. I thought it was a different one.
You were gonna say 13 Ghosts.
Yep.
That is good. And
Aristotle, what's your favorite horror movie?
Well,
Not
I
necessarily
always go back.
scary, because not all horror movies are scary.
Well, I like scary, like the psychological scary horror movies, like The Silence of the Lambs. I always go back to that because it's such a beautifully executed, like terrifying mind, like
perfect film.
thriller.
Yeah.
It's a perfect film. I always go back to that. I always liked Evil Dead 2 because I had the greatest experience watching that as a kid. I remember we were having a sleepover with my friend, and we were like, it was like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and Evil Dead 2, like the Necronomicon or what's it called? The
The
book?
Necronomicon, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so
Book
like
of the Dead.
I remember this
Necronomicon
movie
Ex
started,
Mortis, if you want to be technical.
and and we saw that, and we were just captivated immediately, and then it was like we just from that moment on we watched the Evil Dead 2, and we were young, we were like 8, 9, 10, and we were never so scared and like laughing so hard at the same time in my life, like laughing and terrified the whole way through. So that was one of the best experiences watching a scary movie ever, because it was funny, equally funny and terrifying, which is one of my favorite things ever. So
I'm right there with you. Evil Dead 2. I actually am
Yeah,
not legally
that's what I
allowed to
guess.
say anything different anymore because I can't reach it. There's a book series called My Favorite Horror Movie. You guys should check it out. It's great. It's all different horror filmmakers talking about their favorite horror movies. And there's one chapter from a very familiar face in these boxes.
Right.
It's all about Evil Dead 2. So I got to go with Evil Dead 2.
I figured,
also,
yeah.
The Thing, I gotta say, The Thing is probably the scariest movie ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it might be the scariest movie ever. And it's psychological and disgusting, and like there's all the different levels of it.
If we
So-
want to go with scariest movie, because my favorite horror movie, Evil Dead 2, movie I find the scariest is the first Strangers. If you watch that by yourself at night,
I watched that the other day.
that movie, oh my
Yeah?
God. Because it's just like people outside who are coming because you're there.
Their movie.
And
Strangers
they're
out-
already
the people-
inside. You don't even
the
know
people
it.
on
They're
the
already
outside
in your
that-
house.
The brand new people that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Those are terrifying.
I don't know why that's like that shot of Liv Tyler where she's in the living room looking towards the door and he's just in the background
yeah.
already. And he doesn't
Yeah.
even move.
Oh.
It's just so fucking scary.
I thought you were talking about people in real life that you've never seen before.
Oh,
Those
no.
kinds of strangers.
Aristotle, have you ever seen The Strangers?
No,
The
I've seen
first one
Strangers
with
on a
Liv
Train.
Tyler?
I hadn't until the other day. Until he told
Oh,
me
you
to
should
watch.
watch. We should watch The Strangers. That one. That's a scary movie.
What's up, Trey Hizzo?
Trey Hizzo. We were
Trey
just talking.
Hizzo.
Well, look who shows up.
There it is.
30 Days of Night. 30
For
Days of
49
Night is
episodes,
fucking
we've had that
metal.
Days.
Dude, Trey Hizzo, we miss you. We were just talking about the Halloween
2
episode's going to be
weeks.
2 weeks from now. You have
gotta
to
be
be our
back.
guest.
Yeah.
You gotta be back. It's
Tradition.
gonna be
Sorry.
tradition. We need you back.
Oh my
But-
God, that just made me so happy. It's like
See?
sometimes you need an angel to come in and just
Yeah.
be like, remember, there's beauty in this world still.
Yeah, there is.
It's the yeah.
But there's also
Yeah.
the terrifying sound.
Guys, we just got
wait.
breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking
Next
news.
episode.
Next episode, 2 weeks from now, episode 50, Halloween extravaganza, electric boogaboo. Trey Hizzo has officially agreed to be our guest.
Yeah, no backing out now.
There it is.
Well, it's spooky season, so get the crap scared out of you, cause we're over here at the Crazy Crap Scary Farm, where we're gonna jump out of the bushes and scare the crap out of you and your kids with all kinds of chainsaws, and we'll chop your head off even. But not really. We can't really even chop your head off because legally we're not allowed to be chopping heads up and all the way off. But we'll scare the crap out of you for sure, so bring a pair of extra pants, cause crap will get scared out of you. And if we don't scare the crap out of you, you're gonna get your money back. And we will hire somebody to crap your pants for you, so come down to Crappy Pants Craps Crap Scary Crap Farms and get the crap scared right out of your crappy crap pants. And we're only going to be here for about 12 more minutes, like those Halloween stores that only show up for 3 days. So come down now, that's the time, because we gotta pack your pants with crap. And remember, support our crap at Patreon, The Stoning Rolls.
And it's also time for a terrifying episode of Wait What?
Wait, what?
tell us, what do you
There's no
have
quizzes
on this
there.
episode of Wait
This
What?
is an extra special episode of Wait What? It is the horror movie edition kicking off our spooky season.
It's the spooky season.
I
Wait
hope
What?
you guys don't know too much about horror movies.
Yeah. So this game,
gonna be
y'all, you
terrible
can
for me.
participate. You can put the letter of the answer that you think is the correct answer in the chat, because
Yep.
Lee's going to read us a question, and you're going to have to guess which is the real story. Is that it? The real story. The real answer.
And then also, because I'm a bit of a horror movie nerd, I went a little extreme with some of the descriptions afterwards. So I'll try and shrink those down a little bit.
No, right. Let's go. I'm very
You
excited.
can have
for this.
the lead in, or you can have the description.
All right. So, question number 1. Serial killer Ed Gein inspired 3 major horror movies: Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, and blank.
Oh yeah, I know this one
I'm
actually.
so glad your quiz is going before my Halloween one, because
Yeah. A, The Hills Have Eyes. B, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or C, The Last House on the Left.
Ooh, I'm glad that you. Okay, so I know the answer. Dave, what do you think the answer is?
well, I feel like I saw this briefly when I was looking to make my quiz for the next episode. But I don't remember
sure
it
about
completely.
that?
No, I'm not. That's my point. But I feel like it's something big. I feel like it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You sure about that?
I did. Who do I trust? The one that's grinning from ear to ear that asked me the question, or the one who's trying with the keyboard?
Walk
trying to
us
get me
through
to
how
second
you got
guess
to that
myself?
conclusion.
Yeah, how'd you get that conclusion?
What were the
Texas
other
Chainsaw.
two?
The Hills Have Eyes.
No, I mean okay. Yeah, repeat the question, please.
Serial killer Ed Gein inspired 3 major horror movies: Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, and blank. The Hills Have Eyes, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or The Last House on the Left.
Because I feel like while I've heard of all of those movies,
There's one that sticks out.
yeah, that could, would be what does the bot think?
What does the bot think?
Wait, no, don't ask the bot. The bot will be right no matter
An
what.
untimely copter.
What's in the chat? Is anyone answering in the chat?
Leap the
Everybody's
bot.
trying to make me feel like Trezo says last house on the left.
That's C, Dave.
I see. I want B.
You
I
want
believe.
B? Okay, so Aristotle, what's your answer?
See, now I like Silence of the Lambs, and I know that the character Buffalo Bill was based on Ed Gein partly, and also the other one you said was also probably Ed Gein. Also, but
Psycho.
Gein, Psycho. Yeah, and I remember a quote. Now this is why I'm gonna guess my answer, but the quote was something like, once the cops caught Ed Gein, they said, why would you do such a horrible thing to these people and turn them into like lampshades and stuff? And he said something along the lines, and I remember my friend telling me this, which was, because every time I see a woman, I just think of how I could use her head as a lamp or something, like some horrible thing like that. That's what this guy said. So I think since he used people's skin as like lampshades and tanned their hides, Leatherface. It's got to be Leatherface. B is my answer. Final answer.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All right. Well,
that's pretty much what was my reasoning behind it too.
Well, serial killer Ed Gein inspired 3 major horror movies: Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, you've likely heard of Ed Gein. Trigger warning here. Massive trigger warning here.
What's that?
You've likely heard of Ed Gein. His House of Horrors made headlines for years after he was sent to a mental institution for his actions. Among the items discovered at his Plainfield, Wisconsin farm were 4 noses, 9 masks made of human skin, numerous decapitated heads, lampshades and bowls made of skin, lips being used as pulls on a window shade, and a belt made of nipples.
Man was a craftsman.
Honestly, I would no, seriously, Dave, you look up the pictures of Ed Gein's, the gloves he made out of human hands, and if this guy wasn't a psychopath, he would have been so fucking rich.
He could have been the next designer.
I just want to say, I saw something the other day that I cannot unsee, so I'm going to tell you about it. This popped up in my YouTube feed. There's this guy I watch, and he's like a science guy, and he like explains real things that have happened in the world scientifically. And he was talking about this accident that happened in a pressurized container that was like 9 atmospheres. It was like deep sea divers. Are
we talking about the Titan sub here?
It was called like the Dolphin something incident because what happened was these guys were like under 9 atmospheres of pressure, and you have to decompress for like 9 days in order to get out of that. But you cannot instantaneously decompress, because what happens is there was a space like this big that like was breached. I'll send you the link, guys. It's the craziest thing. And when that got breached, the pressure sucked the guy through a hole this big.
Yeah.
And what happens to a human body when it gets pulled backwards and like bent, like very much like the scene you showed us the other day, Lee, in that movie that you were watching. That's what happened to this person. Maybe they heard you talking about that scene on my phone, and Google was like, "Here's what you want. You're gonna want to
see this shit."
Yeah. But one of the things that happened was like basically like all of the guy's skin came off, and they like collected. They said it took hours to collect all of the pieces of this person, and one of the pieces was his face. Guys, this is terrifying. This really happened.
Is it a true story?
It's a true story. It was terrible. I saw the picture, and now you're saying Leatherface, and I'm thinking of that.
It's crazy because that's a true story. Texas Chainsaw, Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, they're all based on true stories. You know, speaking of true stories turned into classic horror movies.
Oh, what's that?
Speaking of true stories turned into classic horror movies, did you know Blank is based on real events? A, Them. B,
that's the ants.
The Blob. C, The Thing from Another World. Not John Carpenter's The Thing, but the original, The Thing from Another World.
Based on true events. Okay.
I don't like
Them, The Blob, or The Thing from Another World.
The Blob.
Now, if I'm familiar, Them is like a 1950s movie about gigantic ants.
Yes.
Is that it? Okay.
Yes. That's about nuclear radiation making ants grow big and basically killing all the humans.
Now that seems like it could really happen. I don't know about the blob or the thing. But
this is a hard question.
Did you ever see the movie where like it was like Alligator, I think, because in the 70s there's all these like disaster movies, and I used to watch all these like on like Thanksgiving Day. There'd be all these monster movies and stuff, and Them was one of them. And one was like Alligator, where it's like this kid got like a pet alligator, and the parents were like, "We don't want you having this alligator," and they flushed the alligator down the toilet. But then, like all the toxic waste makes this alligator grow to the size
It's like a Teenage Mutant Ninja alligator.
giant ninja alligator. It's great.
So I don't think that was based on a true story like one of the 3 movies I listed.
Okay.
I don't know. Was it?
I don't know.
Little Cherub was the Blob was filmed near Little Cherub in Phoenixville, PA. What's up, Stony Spike?
Really? Stony Spike. Hey,
Stony.
Dave, what do you think?
I can't get past my anger in him for putting the Blob in there, because he knows that the Blob was the scariest movie I ever saw as a kid.
Very
and I've not
terrifying.
revisited it.
I actually didn't know that.
Get rid of the evil
The
spirits.
part where the guy gets sucked down the drain.
Maybe we've talked about the remake of the Blob. I feel like I got subconsciously kept that info in there, but that's why that might be one of the options. Speaking of true stories turned into classic horror movies, blank is based on real events. Them, the Blob, or the Thing from Another World.
I mean, I could see them finding like something weird out, like in the woods or something that's kind of blobbish. But I
Be
mean,
like gross. Don't touch it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say A. I don't know. I've never
Them?
seen that movie. Yeah,
Giant ants.
sure.
Now I just want to make it interesting and pick something else.
See? That's exactly why I picked A.
All right. Them. But the Thing from Another World, right? That can clone anybody
That
and
could be
mimic anybody.
I
and
will
anything.
say something.
What?
Two out
After
of
I've
the 3 answers have to do with aliens. There's only one that doesn't have to do with aliens.
Yes, that's true.
I don't know
That's-
if that helps with the answer or if it doesn't.
Why
That's
would
why I
you
think-
saying that?
Because maybe
I think
it's
ants are
throwing
real.
you off based
think
on real events.
Ants
I've heard
are
the
real,
answer.
man.
Which
But
means
you know what? It's
wanna
the
trick me
Blob.
and
Also, I
change
didn't
my
say
answer.
based on a true story. I said based on real events.
It's the Blob. Don't touch it.
What
It's going to
is-
get stuck
what
to
is
you.
the-
It's going to eat you.
Because a true story would be like the story, the actual events are told
Yeah.
as they happened, whereas this
Right.
is just like this happened and then inspired someone to come up with an idea.
Hey,
for
hang on
the
a second.
Film.
That's so loose.
You know what? I think one of the versions of the Blob is not an alien origin story. I think it's like science creates this thing and then it gets out of the lab.
That's
and then,
Flubber.
I think that's
Yeah.
the 80s version.
Yeah, that's the one with like Kevin Dillon in it.
Yeah. Badass movie.
That's probably the one that scared me.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
real scary
it's
because it would like stick to their. It would
Takes
just
your
never
skin
let
off
go.
and like, yeah. Oof.
That's a terrifying feeling. It's something that'll
Digest
I-
while you're
I
alive.
never let you go.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my answer.
Them? You're going with
I'm
them?
gonna say the
Giant
Blob.
ants?
Going,
You're
I'm gonna
going
say
with the Blob?
was invented in a lab and it killed Kevin Dillon. That's what happened.
What's the chat saying?
there's a
B.
Blob.
The Blob.
The Blob.
B for the Blob.
B for the Blob.
All right. Well, speaking of true stories turned into classic horror movies, did you know The Blob is based on real events?
I would have never picked that answer.
This
anyway, just out of
this one
spite.
is a real story here. On September 27th, 1950, the Philadelphia Inquirer ran an article with the headline "Flying Saucer Just Dissolves." The night before, police officers John Collins and Joe Keenan swore that they had watched a mysterious object fall from the sky. Rushing towards the landing site, the men stumbled upon a purple jelly-like mass. Collins and Keenan immediately summoned 2 of their colleagues who arrived just in time to watch the
call them
material
colleagues.
evaporate just without a trace. The FBI was contacted, a press conference was held, and the whole world turned them into a laughingstock. Fast forward to 1957, screenwriter Irvin H. Millgate is hired to write a monster movie with one thing to keep in mind from the studio. The creature in the movie must be something no one has ever seen before. Millgate remembered the Inquirer article, and the rest is movie history.
Well, that's terrifying.
Which doesn't work because they'd seen it before.
Only 2-3 people. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
You want to sell these tickets or what?
You know, listen here, Dave.
Here we go.
Most people consider the Blob and horror movies altogether pretty terrible. But every once in a while,
like this segue.
Every once in a while, a horror movie gets approval from general audiences. What was the first movie to be nominated for Best Picture? First horror movie to be nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, that's a good question. The first one ever.
The first
by the way,
movie.
If y'all want to get just deeply disturbed, look up the Byford dolphin incident. The Byford
You're still
dolphin.
on this.
It's terrifying, man. I saw it. I was right before bed.
You weren't
and I
even
was like,
paying
"How did I do
attention.
this?"
You were just looking up the answer to this.
Yeah. No, I wasn't looking up the
got it
answer. I
right.
just
Come
wanted.
on.
I waited till you were done. and I
That's
looked
true.
up. Yeah.
But what is the first horror movie to win best or be nominated for Best Picture? A. Misery. B. Psycho. C. The Exorcist.
Oh, you know what?
Is that your answer?
I'm gonna say it's The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist. That's what I remember hearing all the time around this time of year on the TV.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if those all got snubbed, though.
They probably got snubbed, but
Misery kind of was sticking out to me for some reason.
that was good.
It is Rob Reiner.
Bates. Kathy Bates. Rob
Kathy
Reiner had a hot
Bates.
streak.
Yeah.
What was it? It was like A Few Good Men, Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery. They were all Spinal Tap. These were all
Tap.
all in a row.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Is it
This is Spinal Tap. Dave, we're waiting for you, and I'm not going to give you any hints
What is
whatsoever.
I'm not giving you any hints. What's the chat
I'm not going to try to influence you. What is the chat saying? We've got Sony Spikes a C.
We got CB, CBD, CDB,
CBD.
CBD.
Those should only be the letters that people could choose. THC or CBD.
What am I going?
Thought it would work. Hadn't tried it in all these times.
What do you think the answer is?
Yeah.
Lee, I propose we only have C, B, and D, the only answer selections.
I like that idea.
B, C, and D.
T, H, and C.
Yeah.
T, H, and C, or B, C, and D. CBD.
I'm gonna go. See, I'm not a sheep. I'm gonna go. Misery.
Misery.
What the fuck was that?
Why would you pick that one?
Goat?
Yeah, I heard it sound that was a scream or a fainting goat.
It's pretty good.
Where did you freesounds.com?
It's .org, Dave. Freesound.org.
Sorry, it's an organization.
I'm gonna say it's The Exorcist because
So we got an A and a C. AOC.
We got an ACB. We got
CBD.
ACB, CBDB. Okay.
CBDs.
Though there still seems to be a bias against scary movies during award season, The Exorcist earned 10 Oscar nominations in 1974, including Best Picture and a Best Supporting Actress for Linda Blair, who was 15 at the time.
That's crazy.
Now,
That's like
honestly, I
labor
would have
laws.
thought, I personally thought it was Psycho. It wasn't. I found out.
Yeah.
But speaking of Psycho,
yeah. Speaking of Psycho,
did you know that Psycho was the first American film to feature blank? Psycho was the first American film to feature blank. A toilet.
Words.
B, an affair. C, a brassiere.
Oh man, I should know this. Listen, I
might
took
be all
the
of the
Alfred
above.
Hitchcock course in college, and I went to the Alfred Hitchcock Symposium that year. I met Tippi Hedren, who was not
What?
in that movie, but she's
Susan Birds. That's pretty
she's
awesome.
in Birds, and she's in another Alfred Hitchcock movie, I believe. But like, I should know the answer to this. I'm going to say, Dave, you go first.
Repeat the question, please.
Repeat the question. Psycho. Did you know it is Psycho is the first American film to feature blank? A toilet, an affair, or a brassiere?
He built that wall.
First
Let's see.
movie. First American
movie. Yeah.
Not television.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Tough one.
It's B or C.
I can picture-
I just can't.
You're gonna an affair or brassiere?
Yeah.
I'm going
I
to
don't
say, I'm going to say, Dave, you go first.
I'm gonna say. Repeat the question. No, if I can just.
They're eating the
One of
dogs.
these times he's gonna sleep up and he's gonna say the
They're
answer.
eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
I'm just trying to waste time here.
Dude, we were okay. Real quick, we were at my kids' parent conferences last night, and we were at school campus, and we were walking, and this little girl walks around the wall, and all I heard was they're eating the dogs, and she like saw us and like got scared, like and
They're eating the dogs.
continue.
The people that came in.
But I was like, wow, it's
It reached that
During.
generation.
yeah. And with that note, B or C.
You can phone a friend in the chat.
I'm trying. C. I'll say C.
See, you're going
I'll say
brassiere. See,
I'll say C. I'm
brassiere.
going against the chat again.
What's the chat saying?
We got B's.
An affair.
Yeah.
Okay.
And an A.
Some people know Psycho.
We got A, B, B.
We got an A, one A, two B's,
Yeah.
and a C from you, Dave.
Yep.
I haven't chosen yet.
That's not going to help
Come on,
Aristotle.
come on, come on, Vice President.
Vice,
Break this tie.
I think that is the brassiere. I think the brassiere is the
You're going to
first
C, brassiere.
American. So we've got A, B, and B. I think it's brassiere. I particularly remember, and this just might be me making this up, but I do remember Janet Leigh in her brassiere in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to remember that
During the scene when she's having an affair.
But
Yeah.
it's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Lee.
No, I'm just saying, like, two of the answers are in that one scene.
That could be, and there is a bathroom, very famous bathroom scene, but I don't remember.
There's also
the
a very
toilet.
famous bathroom scene. Yes.
Yeah, you might not know this, but there's a very
Right.
famous bathroom scene in Psycho.
When she's TikToking
Spoiler.
on the toilet.
Yeah. It's stabbed.
She's having an affair on the toilet in her brassiere. It is very famous.
It's a famous scene. Yeah, what do you think? We got answers
I'm
from
going to say
everyone?
brassiere. I'm going brassiere. I think
Yeah.
that this might. I
Okay.
think America is so puritanical,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm just saying.
Well,
that.
Aristotle,
that
you're
goes
right
into
about America being
fair.
puritanical.
Yeah, that goes to the
Um,
affair too. I have a feeling.
So this was truly shocking for American audiences to see. This had never been done before in a horror movie or in any American movie. Alfred Hitchcock showed a toilet
Toilet.
on screen.
Stella got it.
Yep. And not only did he show the toilet, he wanted to shock audiences so much that they actually flushed the toilet on camera.
The audacity.
There's a scene where she rips up a thing, puts some paper, puts it in the toilet and flushes it. That had never been done. And that America was so puritanical that was like a foreshadowing of terrible things to come. Like, this movie is shocking.
I mean, there's not a lot of movies, I guess, that show toilets. Think about it.
No.
Not a big toilet. So that's the answer. Toilet. We are on to
I didn't have a toilet sound.
Freaking toilet.
I was hoping so much I had a toilet sound, but I didn't. That's the best I can
next
do.
time, have a toilet.
The next time, always have a
Come on.
toilet
I
sound
mean,
ready.
that's just
Come on.
crazy.
Um,
That's a sound on a toilet.
all right,
toilets.
so we are on to the bonus question.
Already?
Now, this bonus question is worth one get out of Camp Crystal Lake pass. And trust me, you are going to want that.
Okay.
I already see Dave going, what is Camp Crystal Lake?
Doesn't sound like I want to go there.
Now, all right,
sound
let's
like
get
a
on to the
resort.
bonus question. The director of the original Blank was the producer of Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes.
What is with your obsession with
Bringing it
The
full
director was the
circle,
producer,
baby.
was the key grip of the
The
script
director
supervisor.
of the original Blank was the producer of Wes Craven's Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes. A, Candyman. B, Child's Play.
Okay, come on.
C, Friday the 13th.
This is so stupid.
Lil Cherub is asking you, Dave, if you've never seen
No, I
Camp Crystal Lake.
understand. I understand Camp Crystal Lake. I
Camp
know,
Crystal Lake. You've never seen that before,
but
Dave.
see what he's done here now.
Yeah,
He's
Dave,
put-
what did I do, Dave?
He's put Friday the 13th in. As an
Well,
answer.
also, I also
And
put Child's Play, and
I
there's a new
understand-
Child's Play documentary coming out from the creators of Camp Crystal Lake Memories.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And who shot that documentary?
I know, Dave. There's a method to my madness.
Which is why it's throwing me off. I just got that one. Yeah. I hate. Out of all, how many trivias have we done now? I hate
Dave,
this question the most.
You just shot a 4-hour-long Child's Play documentary. You
Yeah.
should know.
Whoa.
What other films the director of the original Child's Play did?
What was
right?
the name of the director of
I
the original
understand, I
Child's Play?
I can't
Brad
say.
Dourif.
The director
Why isn't Brad
of the
Dourif
Child's
still
Not the-
doing
not the
Child's
director.
Play? Why isn't he still?
He is.
But
He's-
you remember
he's
Mark
doing the voice
Hamill?
in- What?
Did the voice
Mark
of Chucky in the
Hamill was
last
in the reboot. That doesn't count. That's not part of the
Yeah.
same timeline.
Okay, good. Because I know they're
Brad
coming out with
Dourif
another
is still
Chucky.
doing the TV show.
Yeah.
There's a TV show. Cool.
You never seen the
Supposed to
TV
be-
show?
it's
It's
supposed to be
so
pretty good.
good.
Oh, I got to
We
see
weren't
it.
like allowed to talk about it when we were doing that documentary
sure,
because it was
yeah.
supposed to be just about the movies.
Yeah. You weren't even allowed to watch what was in front of the camera. You couldn't.
No.
No.
I had to
okay.
plug my ears the whole time.
Yeah. Just turn around.
Yeah. So
Wait, what are the options again?
A, Candyman. B, Child's Play. C, Friday the 13th.
C or
I don't
B
even
and
know how to
C
guess at this.
to throw me off? And is it really A? I don't.
Whoa. That's an omen. Let's see. Stony Spikes is C, which is Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Who
Okay.
directed that? Like,
The director
Now the-
of the original Blank was the producer of Wes Craven's Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes.
Or
I have to say B because I'm gonna get in trouble either way.
repeat the question one more time, and I'm going to try to make sense of this the best I can.
The director of the original Blank was the producer of Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes.
Okay.
Candyman, Child's Play, or Friday the 13th.
Wait,
I'm going to say
B sounds like-
Candyman because I like
Candyman's a good movie.
Yeah,
It's
Candyman.
original?
badass. Yeah, both of them actually.
Yeah, I saw the
The
Candyman
reboot
from
the
last
new
year.
one's great. Holy
Yeah, it
shit.
was good. You know what? Because I just saw Beetlejuice, and if you say Beetlejuice 3 times, Beetlejuice shows up. If you say Candyman,
That was 3.
We said
Mirror.
Candyman 5 times. We got 5 times for Candyman. We got 2
Yeah.
more times. Oh wait, no, I
Let's
just said it twice.
oh, don't stare in the mirror. And
Well,
do
now it can't be the answer because you're gonna have to say it again.
Yeah. Wait, so
So
if
that
you
takes
say
care of
Bloody
that.
Mary
So let's
and
figure out-
Candyman in the dark, in the mirror, do they fight each other?
No, they'd kiss.
I was.
Yeah, they kiss. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I say it's Candyman. I'm say. Wait, how many times I said? I said 3 times.
Harry's going Candyman. Dave's going Child's Play.
Avenge me.
Let's see.
I
What
want
is
the
it?
internet to go out so bad right now.
Well, the director of the original Friday the 13th was
All right.
the producer of Wes Craven's Last House and the Hills Have Eyes. Sean Cunningham. This is a bold move. So Sean Cunningham, the producer of Wes Craven's Last House and Hills Have Eyes, saw the success of John Carpenter's Halloween and immediately wanted to jump into the action. He came up with the title Friday the 13th before he even hired someone to write the movie, and raised interest for finishing funds from investors by running a full-page ad before the script was done. Full-page ad in Variety saying Friday the 13th is the scariest film ever made. And he was able to
Stony
actually
Spike.
get funds.
Shout out Stony Spike and Little Chirp for getting that right.
So they get out of Camp Crystal Lake
Sure,
passes. They're going to survive next summer. Unfortunately, you guys, camp counselors at Camp Crystal Lake next summer. It's in upstate New York, so you'll
never find me.
I'm from there.
You'll be fine. You'll get the terrain.
I'm good at climbing trees. I'll be
I
way
was
up there.
born on Friday the 13th, y'all. I was born on Friday the 13th.
Have you ever
in
had
January.
another Friday the 13th birthday?
I've had several throughout my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's landed on.
Yeah. Let me see when
pardon
the
me, I
next
got-
one is. January. It would
13th
be.
is the best number.
Sometimes it skips, because of leap year and everything. December is not this January. It doesn't look like. If anybody could tell me the next January, Friday the 13th, it's probably not for several years, maybe 5 more years. But I guess it was just a couple years ago. I'm looking at a calendar right now in case anybody's interested in that. Wait, it was 2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago. Well, that
Friday
was
the 13th, 2023. Yeah.
That was What the Horror Movie Edition.
That was good. I got at least one right.
I got one right.
Yeah.
That was good.
Dave is going to come at us next episode on our Halloween episode with a horror spooky trivia. Halloween
know.
trivia.
I don't know. Yeah, Halloween trivia.
I like that. Halloween trivia
started
is
it.
good.
I like it.
Be sure, if you're watching this live and you're in LA, come to Screamfest Horror Film Festival, Saturday, October 12th, 2:30 p.m.
The day that
Why are
this
you
is
playing the
live
scream
on
over
YouTube.
the advertisement?
Because I want people's
It gets
attention.
people's attention. Yeah,
I don't want people to hear when it is.
We're gonna. They're gonna think it's patriotic.
Yeah, dude, that's what we're all about. Come and see Screamfest this
The
Saturday.
scariest movie you've ever seen.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. Tonight is the opening night, black carpet. We're taking fancy pictures. We're getting fancy drinks. We're having awkward situations in public. It's going to be fantastic.
Bring your cameras, because it's gonna get awkward.
Harry, are you coming?
I'll see if I get inspired between now and then. I do have to go to work a little bit later, and we'll see. I mean, it could happen. Look, I just did a big job a couple weeks ago, and I'm still waiting on the checks.
Fucking apple, man.
That all dictates my social life from this point on.
If you
and
do
y'all
show
can
up, look for a
actually-
cue ball in a really nice suit.
I will look for a cue ball in a nice suit. And if y'all want to support us, we've actually got a Patreon that we're going to go over to right now. Our Patreon is patreon.com/The Stoning Rolls. And we are very excited to go hang out and do the Roach Clips section of the show. Now, when you sign up to our Patreon, you get like extra before and extra after of each week's show. Otherwise, you can catch our show every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube. It all gets launched, and every week we've got surprises, I guess.
Cheers. So that's a lot.
It's a lot of
Damn,
stuff.
I missed the whole thing.
You missed the whole thing. Yeah. Damn. Hello, wormhole. We gotta get here earlier.
Tony. Thank you,
Gotta get here earlier. I did send the link.
Everybody, we love you.
we love y'all. And thanks for being here with us. We'll see you next time. And join us for the Roach Clip section over at Patreon. Thank you very much.
Bye.
the next comic's just going to be a blank square.
Bye, I guess.
Artificial intelligence.